So I have a question. How many of you are the youngest in your family? Raise your hand. Yeah. How about out here? Who's the baby of the family? We got several. Yeah, I was the baby in my family growing up too. And today's story is about someone who was the baby in his family. See, David had a lot of brothers. And when it was time for God to choose a new king, God sent Samuel to a man named Jesse, who was David's dad. And Jesse had a whole bunch of sons. And so Samuel asked him to line up all the sons because God said he would help him pick out the new king. So all the sons were lined up, and Samuel had a hard job because they were all good looking, big, strong guys. And so the first one he picked, he said, I know this one's it. And God said, no, that's not the one. And this kind of happened to every single one. There were 7 lined up. And God said, no, that's not the right one. And then God told Samuel something. God said, I don't look at what's on the outside. I look at the heart. I'm looking for someone with a good heart. Now, I don't think that God meant I'm looking for someone with a good heart so he will live a long time and be healthy. What do we mean when we say someone has a good heart? What does that mean about that person? They're kind, yeah. And nice, yeah. Anything else? What? They're loving. Yeah, they put other people first. They're worried, concerned about others and how others might feel in situations. Kindness was what God was looking for in a new king. So none of these sons were the right ones. So Samuel said to Jesse, he said, is there anybody else? Do you have any more sons? And Jesse confessed, David was out with the sheep. There was another son, but he was just a boy. So they called David in, and God said, this is the one. Everybody was really surprised. All of those big, strapping, good-looking brothers. And this little guy, David, was the one God picked because God knew that he had a good heart. I bet those brothers checked their hearts after that. At least I hope they did. Let's close our time together with a prayer. You'll repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for David, who had a kind heart and was called to be your servant. Help us to have kind hearts, knowing that that's what makes us strong in your eyes. And all of God's children say, amen.